What's up guys, it's Tommy here, and one of the greatest questions of the Liverpool transfer window is which striker will Liverpool sign? And the breaking news is that Liverpool are willing to do anything to sign Julian Alvarez. Liverpool are working really hard on this deal. We are talking to Atletico Madrid, we are talking to Julian Alvarez representatives, and Liverpool are confident that the proposal would be accepted. That is coming from a Spanish news outlet who is saying that Liverpool are reportedly making Alvarez one of their top priorities for the summer transfer window, and Alvarez has been world class for Atletico this season, and also he has shown a lot of promise and potential at Manchester City, winning the Premier League, scoring a lot of goals, and even winning the Champions League. But Alvarez didn't play in the Champions League semi-finals or the final as a starter, and that really hurt his ego and confidence, and he just wanted a new challenge. And Alvarez's form has really exploded at Atletico Madrid. He scored 32 goals and got 3 assists in all competitions for Atletico Madrid and Argentina combined. And according to the Spanish news outlet, Liverpool are now ready to do anything to land Alvarez, which could mean, offer Darwin Núñez as part of the deal along with some cash, because Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone is a big fan of Darwin Núñez. And Julian Alvarez's transfer would make Liverpool actually title favorites again next season. Do you think if just the squad stays as it is, that Liverpool are title favorites next season? I think so. Of course, Man City and Arsenal will be up there, but and they will spend a lot of money. But Liverpool have one hell of a chance to win the title next season. Of course, Trent Alexander leaves. We are in the process of signing Jeremy Frimpong. I made a video about that yesterday. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. And Liverpool already have, of course, the world-class talents of Mo Salah, Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, and Jota aren't a bad supporting act. But if Liverpool, can you imagine if Liverpool had Julian Alvarez up front instead of Jota or instead of Darwin Núñez? How much better Liverpool would look in attack? How many more goals would Liverpool score in attack? That would be a huge upgrade for sure, and it makes virtually impossible for anyone to stop the Premier League title going back to Liverpool for a second season in a row. Another news outlet, Anfield Watch, is reporting that Liverpool close in on Julian Alvarez after this latest development, and of course identifying a striker to replace Darwin Núñez is not easy, but there are a lot of options for Liverpool, and I think, in my opinion, Julian Alvarez would be the best one, because not only is he a great goal scorer, but he can link up play so well. Of course, it's a big question what kind of transfer fee would Atletico Madrid ask for. They signed Alvarez for like £85 million, something like that. But Liverpool have been very impressed with Julian Alvarez. It's going to be very interesting to know that what Atletico Madrid do with Julian Alvarez, because when Atletico Madrid went 3-0 up against Real Sociedad, Alexander Sorloth, the strike partner of Alvarez, actually scored a hat-trick in 11 minutes. 3 goals in 11 minutes. That's an absolutely incredible feature, and Atletico Madrid will be fine even without Julian Alvarez. And actually, he's also quite clinical recently. Atletico has just 4 La Liga games to play, and Sorloth has now scored 17 goals for the season, 2 more goals actually than Alvarez. But also he played 900 minutes fewer than Alvarez. But Sorloth is 29 years old, so Liverpool are not looking at him, and Alvarez is 25 years old. He's about to enter his prime, so I think he's a great player, and it should come as no surprise that Liverpool are interested in Alvarez. It was exclusively reported by Anfield Watch that Liverpool have the advantage in their pursuit of him. Darwin Núñez is going out of the door, and Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone is a huge fan of Darwin Núñez, and Darwin Núñez is a player that almost typifies the sort of street fighter, bull to a red flag approach that Simeone appreciates and cultivates at Atletico Madrid, and he would fit in so well into the Atletico Madrid culture. And Alvarez's profile is more reminiscent of Roberto Firmino, who was an outright goal scorer but also a facilitator as well, and he would suit Arne Slot's tactical system down to the ground almost perfectly. And Alvarez is also a World Cup winner, and we already have Alexis McAllister, Alexis McAllister in the squad as well. And of course, if Sorloth is capable of scoring so many goals, then maybe Atletico Madrid will want to give him a bigger role. Liverpool's plan is to close this signing of Julian Alvarez before August, because you don't want to leave it too late, and you also want to give time potentially to Atletico Madrid to replace Julian Alvarez. And the report in Fichajes states this. This is the Spanish news outlet's report. Julian Alvarez has burst onto the scene at Atletico Madrid with great force, and in particular Liverpool have set their sights on Alvarez, who has become one of the best attackers in La Liga, and the sports officials at Liverpool see him as a key piece to start a new cycle under the leadership of Arne, and they would be willing to make a significant effort to sign him from Atletico Madrid. The idea being floated at Liverpool goes beyond just simple economics of paying a lot of money. Darwin Núñez has emerged as a possible bargaining chip to facilitate the operation. Darwin Núñez has not quite settled well this season, and apart from last season, Darwin Núñez didn't have many great seasons at Liverpool. One good season out of 3 is not good enough when you pay £75 million at least for a striker like Darwin Núñez. And Liverpool believe that a direct exchange and plus if Liverpool sends some money Atletico Madrid's way, then that could persuade Atletico Madrid into signing, into giving this deal the green light. Meanwhile, Atletico Madrid, there is a difference of opinions. On one hand, the coaching staff led by Diego Simeone greatly values what Julian Alvarez contributes both in attack and in ball pressure. On the other hand, though, the sports management knows that an operation of this caliber could be crucial to balance the books at Atletico Madrid and reinforce other areas of the field for next season. It will not be an easy decision, and it is expected that discussions will intensify in the coming weeks. Optimism is conveyed regarding the operation from Liverpool's point of view. It is not ruled out that Liverpool will make an official bid shortly. Julian Alvarez represents the profile that Liverpool want to lead their attack, and they are willing to do everything, even to sacrifice Darwin Núñez and maybe other high-profile names that potentially Atletico Madrid are interested in. So what do you think about this? Do you think Julian Alvarez would be a great striker transfer for Liverpool? Do you think he's worth 80 or 75 or maybe 85, 90, 95, 100 million pounds maybe even? But if it all depends on how Atletico Madrid value Darwin Núñez, because if they value Darwin Núñez at 60 million, then I think we can slap another 40 million on top of it. I think it's worth it. Paying 40 million plus Darwin Núñez for Julian Alvarez doesn't sound like an overpriced deal. Also, I wanted to mention Bobby Clark, who left Liverpool last summer in search of regular game time. And he missed a few games due to a thigh injury. But, since the new coach came in after Liverpool's former assistant manager Pepe Yinders was sacked by Salzburg, he only played 175 minutes for his new coach, but only 21 minutes in the past 2.5 months before his injury. And he was left out of the squad entirely as Salzburg lost 4-2 to Sturm Graz. He was left out 5 times in the last 6 games. So Bobby Clark is not even on the bench. And now he definitely regrets leaving Liverpool. His father, Lee Clark, actually spoke to the Chronicle newspaper last month, and he said that Bobby Clark would probably like to return to the United Kingdom, having experienced a lot of ups and downs in Austria. And of course, Bobby Clark only went to Salzburg because he was he had a very good relationship with Yinders, but because Salzburg has done so badly in the league and in the Champions League, they didn't do too well either. They got knocked out in the league phase. The manager got sacked just before Jurgen Klopp became an ambassador for Red Bull, and that actually the new coach sees Bobby Clark as just a foreign player who is not he's not rated by the new manager basically, so he hasn't played him that much. And Liverpool of course have their first refusal on this transfer. Liverpool also negotiated a 17.5% sell-on clause in their deal with Salzburg, so if Bobby Clark leaves Salzburg and signs for another club, Liverpool could get £17.5 million. 17.5% of that amount of money, however many million pounds that is. He cost 10 million when he went to Salzburg, and I'm not sure anybody would pay 10 million for Bobby Clark right now, but it will be fascinating to see what happens with his career. And there are loads of clubs, mainly in the Championship, interested in him. Swansea, Derby, Hull, Rangers, they were all linked in January. And now also Sheffield United, Norwich, Leeds, Coventry and Celtic were interested last summer. I would love to see Bobby Clark play for somebody like Leeds or Sheffield United. It will be a Sheffield United Coventry final for promotion to the Premier League. So let's hope Bobby Clark will be back in the Premier League very soon. I wish him all the best. It just didn't work out, this move to Salzburg. And that's it for today's video. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later guys. Goodbye.